So you are coming after conducting India's oldest film festival
Yeah.
as a festival director. So what kind of experience you are bringing into India's oldest film festival? What is your vision?
Well, remember, I came in and there was already a big team there. So I, uh, I think that what I contributed more than anybody else was people trusted me because I'm a filmmaker and a filmmaker that people respect. So because that some trust came in, so they knew that there was somebody there that understood cinema rather than somebody who was not connected with cinema. My experience was fantastic, amazing. We pulled off this year was probably everybody says the best IFFI so far. So now I'm going to go back and say, how do I make this one of the most effective film festivals in the world? And what I decided is that what we did was we took in India, we took a Western technology 100 years ago and created the biggest filmmaking country in the world. And it doesn't stop. It just goes on. And everywhere they say film is dead, film is dead. In India, it just goes on. If you attended IFFI this year, you realize I couldn't go anywhere with somebody having a little pamphlet. Sir, I'm making a film. I'm making a film. Sir, can you help me make this film? Can you? It says film, film, film. Yeah, not all of them will go to theater. A lot of them will go to OTT. A lot of them will go to video platforms like Mubi or places like that. But they will be released, or even YouTube. So film is so alive. It's just so alive everywhere, and that's my experience. And we are who we are because of our audiences, like you are, because of your audiences and your readers. I remember, I don't know if you remember this, but as a kid, I used to go to the cinema hall and we used to wait for the censor certificate. Like that. Let's see. You know why? Because the censor certificate says how many reels the film is. If it said 80, 90 reels, everybody in the theater would get up and cheer. Getting our money's worth. No big long film. And sitting in all. If it was like 14 reels, we used to boo. What do you mean? For the same money you're giving a smaller film. But no, it didn't matter. It was like the fans were noisy. The lady sitting next to you had a child that was crying. Sometimes there were rats on the floor. We went. The Indian audiences still went and they went and they went and they supported us. So one of the things that I'm designing, absolutely I'm saying this film festival, is let's not just celebrate the filmmaker, let's celebrate the audiences because they're the ones that support us.
Absolutely. India is facing a little bit of polarization that is mistrust.
Yeah.
And with social media and all, it is quite visible now in the society. So, what kind of role do you see culture play, especially at a platform like IFFI, for the communal harmony?
I think social media is causing polarization all over the world. That's you can't help it. I was wrong when I first thought. We used to call it the wisdom of the crowd. When social media first came in, we all celebrated. Oh, now, and then we were wrong because the wisdom of the crowd was usurped by people. It's like all of kinds of lies on social media. The truth, you can't work out. Fake news, real news, you can't. So polarization is something that we're going to have to live with all over the world. You've seen it. Look at the elections in the United States now. What happened? Right? So in India, it's the same problem. Polarization is a huge product of social media. It'll happen. What do we have to do at IFFI? We have to keep inviting different people. That's why film festivals are important. The only way is when people come and tell each other their stories personally. You make a film, I make a film. Your politics are different from mine, mine are different from yours, but we meet. Like there's a sukh here, there. We meet, we tell each other the stories. Because stories are how human beings relate to each other. And if we tell each other our stories, then we start to understand each other. And then maybe we can reduce the tensions that are being caused by polarization all over the world. I'm not saying it's not happening in India, but it's happening everywhere. Everywhere. It's a polarized world now.
Your movies, Mr. India, Masoom and all, have had audiences in the Middle East and they love those movies. And what, this new audience in the Red Sea, what do you see happening, with the movies from India, which is here?
Okay.
Superboys of Malagaon.
Yeah, so it's good film. A lot of good films being made, but still, I'm not the only one who says this, but the best movies right now are Malayalam films. I watch them all the time, and I have to thank Netflix or somebody. Otherwise, I didn't know where to see all the Malayalam films. They're there, and more and more people are realizing the reason is that the Malayali directors are rooted to their culture. And you can tell that there is a certain amount of truth going through that. Whereas what we call Bollywood, I remember one time, remember Bollywood, nobody had a second name. It was Miss Seema. Seema what? They didn't want to say. Because they thought, oh my God, then people would say, but she's not Maharashtrian or she's Bengali or something. We were almost Indian film director, Bollywood, Hindi film directors were almost scared to make the film rooted to one culture. But now, when you're looking at Malayalam films, the reason they touch you is because they're rooted in a culture.
Any film you want to point out?
Oh, okay. If you stop the camera, give me the thumbs. I'll tell you which ones. Tell me the names.
Any Fahad Fasil films?
Huh?
Any Fahad Fasil films or the new Muhammad?
Recently, I've seen. I'm forgetting the names. There's something boys. What was that? Yeah. About those boys that go to rescue someone. What is it called? Yeah, it's a brilliant film. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. And there was that film, I think Manmoti did it, where the politician is gay. What is it called?
It's Mahmoodi's film.
Yeah, how brave of him to do that. You know, catch a Hindi film actor doing that. No, it's a gay politician. What was the name of the film? Yeah. No, brilliant. New stories.
And you made your last film 2 years ago, and it came after almost a decade and a half.
Yeah.
And it's an English Urdu. It's talking about a subject which is actually very important because of our very volatile neighborhood. So very brave subject you have part of.
And to do it in a genre that I've never done before, which is romantic comedy. No, I really enjoyed doing that film. It was a good script. That's why I did it. Jemima Khan wrote the script. It was a really good script. And I could see, as a director, you always need a script that you can take a leap from. And I thought, I can do this. I can make this both emotional, real, and funny. So no, I enjoyed doing the film, but I'm about to get into my next film now.
What's the next film?
Next film, I call it Masoom: The Next Generation. It's a sequel to Masoom. It's not exactly a sequel, but it's that kind of a family and what happens when that. Yeah, so I call it Masoom: The Next Generation. Yeah.
And Pani is happening.
Pani's going to happen after I finish that film. Yeah, I'll definitely do it after I finish that film. Masoom: The Next Generation has Nasir, Shavana, Manoj Bajpayee. It's got a very young. My own daughter is playing a part in it, a very important part in it, which is exciting for me. She finally agreed to work with her father. She would consider, Daddy, I don't like your films. I said, come on, the world likes my films. She said, my generation, that's your generation. Finally, I wrote a role for her. I said, do this one. She said, okay. I feel that's real. It's about the anxiety that kids face these days and where it comes from.
Absolutely. And what sort of a stage in production is it?
Oh, I've cast it completely. Yeah. And I start shooting in March.
And where will it be set? And
It's set in
locations?
Mumbai. It's set in Mumbai, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jeddah.
Thank you.
And wish you
Yeah, and I hope I'll see you again soon. And my love to all your readers.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wish
Thank
you
you.
all the best for the fee next year too.
Thank
You're
you.
continuing
Thank you.
as,
Thank you very much. Thanks.